Oh, I didn't see you there. No, I did. Of course I did. Because I put the camera right there. Intentionally. What you saying, my people? It is the weekend. If you're not using the weekend to lock in or lock out, no, if you're not using the weekend to lock in, then you're getting locked out of your desired reality. Your desired life. So what you can do, you can lock in or get locked out of that life that you are missing out on. Anyways, people, your boy is back. It's Saturday. I really should have done one on Sunday to do like an update on how the week's gone so far with like the new brand and everything. But I thought, you know what? I ain't doing nothing else, so I might as well jump on. My apology for the background noise, but I've opened the window because I want some fresh air. Do you get me? Get some new air circulated. So I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I will get a mic at some point, I promise you lot. But yeah, man, so far in the update, we are still using Google Ads for bottom of funnel. If you don't know what bottom of funnel is, pretty much people have gone through the searching and comparing part of the buying process, and now they're really just looking for an offer or something that makes sense. So I'm using shopping ads to basically take off whatever's left on the table, then competing with like the big brands that have got more budget to do top of funnel, where top of funnel is more customers that are not aware of their problem or not aware of solutions on the market, and they are, you know, they need a bit more education. And that's what you can do with like video ads, UGC style ads, static ads, and all that good stuff. But because of my marketing budget, I thought I'd just focus on bottom of funnel, scrape up whatever I can, because I'm trying to acquire customers the cheapest I can based on the money I have. So that's just the truth. So now, I did mention in the last one, I was going to start focusing on top of funnel and start putting a bit of money towards Facebook advertisement. And the whole idea of this is that if I can get some top of funnel on Facebook and then finish them off, that sounded crazy, finish them off on Google at what's going on in my hand? Finish it off at the bottom of funnel, where essentially I've educated them on Facebook. Maybe I've told them, I've run an ad telling them about their problem that they might not be aware of. But essentially, well, in this case, I won't do any unaware ads, just because my market is very sophisticated. It means a lot of people have seen this type of product before. So it is more of level 4 sophistication. So they're aware of their problem already. It's more about introducing a new mechanism, so doing more problem ads than unaware ads, if that makes sense. I'm probably confusing people that are not aware how a funnel works, but essentially there's different levels, awareness levels, and you essentially take them from top of funnel all the way to bottom funnel. So top of funnel would be they're unaware of their problem, then you've run an ad letting them know, listen, this is why you have this problem, this is your problem. Now they're problem aware, but they may not know what solution is to fix their problem. So then you'll do an ad to basically make them solution aware. So you're like, hey, you now know your problem prior when I told you in the last ad, but guess what? There's a solution to that. And the solution is, and then that'll be a solution ad. And then you're taking them slowly down the funnel, and then they've seen the solution and now they're comparing, because they may have seen other solutions, and then you can run an ad to basically do like a comparison, like there's this solution but our solution is better, why? And then you'd introduce obviously the mechanism to say ours is better because it does this comparison to others. And then at the bottom of the funnel is like, listen, they've seen everything, they know their problem, they've seen what's on the market, like they agree that your solution works, now they just need you to finish them off and you give them like an offer. Do you know what I mean? Boom, flash sale right now, take it, 30-day guarantee. Do you get me? Icing on the cake, buy it now. And you can do that whole journey on Facebook. However, you can also use Google Ads for the people that are more genuinely looking to buy and they've got more buying intent, and that'll be bottom funnel. Again, you're working on price, right? On offer. So essentially, again, I've kind of, now you understand the kind of funnel, the different awareness stages. And it's important when running advertisement to have different advertisement hitting different parts of the funnel. Because let's be real, it happens of course, but don't run your advertisement expecting people to buy impulsively all the time. especially when you're using Facebook or Instagram, people are not in the buying mood, they're in the scrolling mode. But if you hit them once, it's cool. They've seen your brand, they're now aware of their problem, cool. Hit them again with that solution. Hit them again with a comparison. You get my point. I don't want to go over it, but so essentially you have enough ads to take them along the whole journey. So yeah, hopefully you kind of understand a little bit about the marketing funnel and how advertisement process works and how you should strategize and structure your ads when it comes to trying to convert people to your brand, especially if they've never heard of you, innit? So anyway, so now you understand all of that. So now I thought, you know what, I'm gonna push my budget a little bit and I'm gonna put just £20 a day towards Facebook, towards top of funnel. So the plan is, we've already got 20 on bottom of funnel in Google, and that's doing about 1 to 2 sales a day. So nothing great. But if you're new here, if you don't know already, I don't have that much stock left. I think I've got like 130 products left. So really, based on my run rate and production time, I shouldn't really be pushing for anything heavier than like 3 a day, if I'm being real. However, still not on that 2 maximum a day with Google. So I thought, you know what? Let's squeeze the £20 a day, put it on Meta, and just have top of funnel. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just doing them all now actually. So that's what I'm doing. On my weekends, what are you doing with your weekend, huh? Getting on it, getting on the whoop whoop, getting on the whoop whoop. Nah, bruv, you ain't gonna escape your 9 to 5 doing all of that stuff. Stop distracting yourself, get your head back in the game, mate. Anyways, enough of that. So, what I'm doing this weekend, I'm just literally finishing off 5 ads. And 5 ads essentially, I'm gonna put in a campaign, and essentially, I'm just gonna put 5 creators in one ad set, and all of them are just gonna touch different parts of the funnel essentially. So I'm gonna have one ad that is basically problem aware. So again, because it's sophistication level, they're already aware of their problems. So I don't need to really do an unaware ad. So I'm gonna focus on just introducing their problem again. And then I'm gonna do an ad introducing the solution. So of course they've seen a lot of solutions, but I'm obviously gonna have to play around with my copy and introduce another solution with a better mechanism. And that's how you win when it comes to like a sophisticated market. You have to compete on the mechanism. A mechanism is just a way your product solves a solution, but it has to be different compared to another product. For example, weight loss, right? There's so many different mechanisms. You've got weight loss pills that you can take. It's a mechanism. So an edible way of making you lose weight. There's, there's training apps, right? You know, how to lose weight at home. That's another mechanism that you're trying to sell to people, you know, to fix their problem of losing weight. There's these injections now, right? That's another mechanism. What else is there? There's diet, right? Is another way to make you lose weight. My point is, you have to, when you're dealing with a sophisticated market, for example, like losing weight, they've seen so many pills, so many creams, so many diets, so many exercise products, you know what I mean? And most of them are just false promises. So they're at a point now where they're like, bruv, like, I don't believe in none of you lot. Do you get it? So this is why you have to compete on the mechanism and be like, listen, I know you've heard all of this, but the main reason why you haven't lost weight or you haven't been able to solve this problem is because of this. And that is a mechanism. And that's how we introduce it in marketing. Again, I'm kind of like just highlighting. I hope I've added some value today. But yeah, so essentially, because my market is sophisticated, I have to work on mechanism and break down exactly how to solve their problem with this new mechanism. So there'll be one that will be, they know about their problem. One would be about this new solution, my mechanism. And then last of all would be a transformation. So a before and after B-roll video. And that's what I've been doing, gathering the content before. And then the last of all, again, will be like 2 UGC style videos of people just kind of talking about, you know, how they've used the product, how it's helped them. So essentially those 5 videos will be top of funnel, should really take them down the kind of, should take them down the buying journey where they know about this new solution, you know, they know how it works, and then hopefully they'll catch me on Google and I'll take the last little bits of what am I saying? I catch a Google, but essentially, hopefully, they've seen my ads a few times. They either buy on Meta, or if they don't now, I've exposed them to that new solution, and then they can Google it later, and then hopefully my Google ads will catch them as well. That's another reason why I started with Google ads, because it's kind of it's not a cheat code, but if you're on a cheap budget, let the big companies run all the advertisement and do all that brand awareness and talk about the problems and how to fix the problems, because regardless, a lot of them sometimes are still going to want to compare on Google, and then you've just kind of like scraped over what's left over, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So essentially, yeah, so if I'm right, both the top of funnel and bottom of funnel and middle of funnel, should we really say, should really take them down a buying journey, and should really, if my math is mathing, increase my sales to at least 3 a day, maybe 4 a day, based on that budget. So it should be in total £40 a day with 20 on Google, 20 on Facebook. We'll see what happens. I'll update you lot from next week, but that's what the plan is. Today, this weekend, gonna smash out these ads, get it all done. The sun is out today, get some fresh air. I need to collect something from Curry's, ship 1-2 orders, and then I'm good. But that's it, people. That is the update. Peace and love. I don't know if you realize, yo, I've been consistent on this YouTube thing. I've been banging out like 3-4 a week. I'm on the roll. Consistency is key, as you know already. Leave a comment and subscribe if you like my video. More life, more blessings. I hope you had a great weekend.